We're here with Pacers President of Basketball Operations, Kevin Pritchard. Kevin, you just signed Tyreke Evans, Doug McDermott. Let's start with Tyreke. I know you identified after the season that you wanted another playmaker to kind of share some of the offensive load with Victor. Seems that Tyreke fits that description perfectly.
He really does. One of the things we saw in the playoffs is Cleveland would trap Victor, and it takes him out of the game for 5 and 10 minutes. And during those 10 minutes, if we just had a guy he could swing to and get another attacker and get in the paint and create some things, it would made a big difference because, the thing we knew that all these great teams have two great attackers. And then they spread the court with nothing but shooters. And so Doug brings us some shooting. He can score a little bit, and he can run in transition, and he's a cutter. So I don't want to say he's just a shooter. But, yeah, Tyreke is a special, unique player in that he finds those little creases, and he gets there, and he's so strong he can finish. So we feel like we found a little gem in him.
You touched on Doug shooting a little bit. But what other things do you think he can bring to this organization?
Well, I think he's a great locker room guy. I mean, we know him. He's all about team. He will do anything for the team. Victor and Sabonis played with him a little bit, and they were like, if you get him, we're a lot better team. I like the way he comes off screens. He can curl. He can do pin downs. He can do a lot of misdirection stuff. You can play him on one side, play here, and they're all looking there, and you can do a lot of sneak drives because you're paying so much attention to him. But for me, I think one of the biggest things is now he has a home for 3 years, and we want to get him comfortable and confident because I think that's when his game can blossom.
The bench was already strong with Corey and Domas coming off of it, but with these additions, you feel like you've really bolstered your depth heading into next season?
Yeah, when you look at some of these elite teams, they come off the bench and it's like the second wave. It's like, oh my God, they're as good as the first wave. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this team comes together because you've got all kinds of combinations you can go to at the end of the game. You can go an offensive one, you can go to a defensive one, you can go to a bunch of playmakers and ball handlers. And they have some flexibility that we haven't had in the past.
So much attention on the culture that you guys started to build here last year. With such good chemistry, how do you balance in free agency trying to add to the team but still trying to keep that chemistry intact?
I mean, we literally talk about it ad nauseum. We talk about it all day, every day. And then when we bring in players, when we bring in Tyreke, when we bring in Doug, we sit down, we talk to them, we say, this is what we're about. If you're not about that, that's okay. We're okay passing, and you can go to a better place for maybe you. And we got great feels, It's like nothing will be perfect, right? There's ups and downs, and people bicker and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you have a foundation of trust and togetherness and toughness, which we call our 3T, then it just makes everything easy. And then Victor's positivity just trickles down to everybody else.
Well, I know Pacers fans are already excited to see Tyreke and Doug in action.
It'll be fun.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yep, glad to do it.